Let's get it started. Now, Cousin Charlie, this is why I get on to him. His time management. See, at 8:28, he got on the phone. We started at 8:30, okay? So what that does, that automatically puts me, what does that do to me?
It makes you irritable because you're selfish.
Is that? No, but no, I don't just do this for me. I do it because this is what, hey, best friend, how are you doing?
Hey, but you do know that everybody's not on your routine. It takes a little getting used to do.
I understand, but
call came in, I could understand, but
So every single.
That's a tag team this morning.
No,
we like the DDT.
Because me and Kathleen believe the same things.
Sure.
You don't believe what we believe. That's why there's always
Sure.
we got different beliefs.
You gotta have them, or you won't be an effective team. If everybody's doing the exact same thing, how you gonna grow?
I don't know. We should ask everybody that because I think that's
Charlie when he gets
I think that's the way it should be. But hey, nobody cares about me. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the morning grind, especially you, Derek Godwin, my best friend. How are you today? I look forward to us spending some time together soon, buddy. Hopefully, we can go down to your Florida place, Floridian place.
Hey, is Derek on there, my buddy?
Yeah, my best friend's on there.
He's kind of decent.
Right there.
I think
Christopher Mayfield, how you doing, friend?
Oh, I got you.
Well, man, why are you not on here? Where's all the love? Where's the like? Now, Cousin Charlie, before we get started,
Nope.
What time do we do the morning grind?
8:30.
Now, what time did you get in here? What time is it?
8:32.
Why, you're 2 minutes late.
I was already grinding this morning.
Yeah, but whoa now. Hey, happy birthday yesterday, Jessica Warner. I meant to reach out to you. I apologize. But every day, see, our culture, we do this morning grind. It doesn't matter. Unless somebody calls you, then you can't get off the phone. But I saw you. I was in there watching you. What'd you do? You made that phone call.
I did. He was hot.
How'd it go?
Went great.
Do we have a contract?
Not yet.
Will we have one?
We're looking for land. 30 acres.
Looking for land in all the wrong places. All right, who on here watched the Patriots game yesterday?
I did.
Did you watch it, Kathleen? Weatherman, did you watch the whole game? Cousin Charlie?
I did.
Did you watch the whole game?
I did.
Was there ever a time where you thought the Patriots were going to lose?
Nope.
Never?
Nope.
Even when it looked like they were, even when it clearly looked like they were not, they didn't have their best stuff. Tom Brady's little hand, one of them.
Thing I don't bet against.
I saw that on the Today Show.
What?
He threw a
I don't bet against Tom Brady.
Okay, see, Tom Brady, Kyrie, how are you, kid?
Who does he play for?
He plays for the Patriots of New England.
Okay.
Our football fan in the office asked, who's Tom Brady play for?
What college did he go to?
Not USC, so.
Michigan.
So see, Tom Brady will get all the credit for this win. Morning.
Hey, he lost Gronk, man.
You can never bet against Tom Brady's whatever. And you know what? I'm going to say the same thing. But yesterday, I was sitting there and I was watching. Did you notice how many other players on that team stepped up?
Number 80 showed out. He took
Exactly. Amendola stepped up and he had 2 touchdowns. He made critical catches, and he's really kind of a nobody. But he stepped up.
Yeah, they lost their number 2 best player.
That's exactly right. They lost the big boy, Gronkowski. They lost him because he got knocked out, Cousin Charlie. He was wobbly. Okay, there was other times in the game where Jacksonville had open receivers and a guy would come out of nowhere and knock the ball down.
Yep.
Did you see that?
Yep.
Now, all these people on the Patriots stepped up. Tom Brady did not have his best stuff. He admitted after the game, hey, it was not my better game.
Man, there's stitches in his hand.
I know. But here's, hey, what does Kyrie say? If we're talking about, let's look past this weekend and include Pittsburgh thing. She's a big Steelers fan because she's from Pittsburgh. So here's what I'm talking about, Weatherman, Cousin Charlie, Kathleen, Jamie Pilot, Kyrie Sloan on here. These great organizations, these great cultures, they just always have that next man in approach. If you don't step up, somebody else steps up. So how in life do you make a champion out of yourself? I'm not imitating Butch Jones, a champion of life, but how can you come in every single day and perform at a high level? Because there were other people on New England that stepped up yesterday that made them win. The DB's knocking down the ball. What about that running back at the end of the game? I forgot which one it was.
Oh, yeah, they got first down.
Got the first down. He got the first down because, anything can happen. The week before, you saw how Minnesota really won on a last-second play.
Yeah.
Well, imagine if that running back, the no-name running back, did not get that first down.
Well, think about it. Jacksonville controlled the ball for almost 2/3 of the game, if you think about it, going up until later part of the game. So first half, Jacksonville dominated. And Jacksonville is a heck of a football team because they were underdog.
Yep.
Now, they had a couple rough calls, as far as the pass interference calls, which kind of was very, very crucial. So Jacksonville made a few mistakes, but that's what happens when you play against Brady. It makes you play tighter defense.
See, Brady gets all the credit.
Yep.
But it's a 53-man team where so many people step up. As you've said before, you're only strong as your weakest link.
Yep.
There is something that goes on between the Patriots, Alabama, these cultures where I believe it's done daily. I believe every single day you come in and you execute your job, your task. And what that does, you get around a Tom Brady levels everybody up. He makes everybody around him play at a higher level. Danny Amendola was really a nobody.
Yeah.
Yesterday, he was probably the most valuable player of that game. He caught those passes. He returned a punt one time down 20 yards. So, did you see that, Kathleen?
He sure did.
He's a little bitty joker.
He is a little bitty joker, but all these people were making plays outside of Tom Brady and the big boy who got hurt.
Yeah.
So how in your life, how do you create this culture in your life to where every day, whenever it's showtime, how do you play at a higher level?
The thing that they have a wonderful team concept. You remember several years back, they'd take pay cuts to keep the team together.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not very selfish. That's why if you want to try to name all the Patriots, it's hard because they're all a part of it. They all contribute in their own different way.
That's exactly right. They all take. So what everybody does there is they sell out for the greater good of the team.
That's right.
And I believe, like if we were to individually put my talents and see what I could do on my own, then put Charlie, see what he could do on his own, then Weatherman, I think we could all do something. But when you combine us, your talents aren't added together for the outcome. Something happens to where we do a lot more than we could individually when you're on the part of a team. I don't know why it works that way, but if me, you, and cousin Charlie do something together, I'm going to do a lot more than my third. You're going to help elevate me up together. These great teams, Alabama. I'm so sick of watching them win. I'm so sick of watching the Patriots win. But there is something inside their culture where yesterday it looked like, hey, this could be the time they get beat. This could be the day they go down.
Same way
and
as
then,
Alabama. Same way.
Then Gronk goes down. Next thing you know, these unknown guys are making plays. But Tom Brady is going to get all the credit. But how does Danny Amendola do that? Out of nowhere, he scores 2 touchdowns. I think he caught 7 passes, and they were very crucial catches.
Yeah, they were heck. Yeah.
And that punt return. What about the DBs? Hey, Coach Papella, how are you doing? These DBs that were making plays out of nowhere yesterday.
One that jumped up and smacked it.
Yeah. Well, imagine if he missed the ball and the guy caught it and they scored. Football is such a game of inches.
Yeah.
There's so many things that could happen. So many. If that guy did not pick up the first down to run the clock out at the end of the game yesterday, what if Jacksonville got the ball back? What if they hit a pass to win the game?
Well, you notice that guy hung in the air. Mm-hmm. If you notice that when he reached up, it's like he hung there for a second and then slapped it there like he was dunking a basketball.
You didn't see it, did you, Kathleen?
I saw when Tom Brady threw a ball to the end zone.
The greatest.
The
greatest. I
saw that on the picture this morning.
This will be his 8th Super Bowl.
I thought it would be his 6th.
No.
I think it's his 8th and their 10th, right?
He has been to 8 Super Bowls. If he wins, this will be his 6th. Now, Tom Brady's going to get all the credit for this. He's going to go down as the greatest quarterback. But the fact is, he has a great supporting cast. He always has a great supporting cast. Because what the man said, everybody gives their number one is not individual. Their number one is that team concept.
Sure.
That's kind of like the GoodTimeTommy team.
Hey.
Does he pass Joe Montana?
I think at this point he's going to be given credit as how can you deny he's not the greatest because of stats. Because
it's so hard because of eras, and we could debate this. Now, if he goes on and wins 3 more, it's no doubt. But
well, he's 40, so I doubt he's.
Hey, that kid ain't playing like he's 40.
Nope.
No, but when you get 40, things go quick.
Yeah.
You know, he could go. It ain't like you go from 30 to 31. There's not much difference. Go from 40 to 41. There could be a huge difference.
Yeah.
Hey, we could be like, who the hell's that guy? So I am a big believer in culture. I'm a big believer in observing what these people are doing. So I think every day carrying's here to get to another level. It's what you come in and your discipline, your habits to do. Like every day we come in and we do the morning grind at 8:30. I have come to one conclusion about self-improvement. Out of all the things I've done, I believe what has taken me to the next level is just by the self-development, the self-improvement. You know, people want to talk about all the videos, they talk about all these things, but the number one thing for me is when I read. And whenever I read, it's because I'm not an overly smart person. Like, if I don't read for 2 weeks, I could literally come in here and I could be brain dead. You could ask me a question. Now, Weatherman, I thought about you last night.
You sleeping?
I was sleeping. I was sitting there because I was wanting to come in and I was wanting to talk about, in our sales meeting this morning at 9 o'clock, I wanted to talk about selling. And here's the one thing I keep coming back to. Selling is connecting emotionally. Closing is done with finesse. See that you sell and then you close. So you can close with facts, but you sell with emotion. One of your strengths, Weatherman, you've got an unbelievable gift at connecting with people emotionally. I don't know if you do it enough. But see, well, like, Kathleen, if you were to ask me a question, ask me any question. Give me an objection. Charlie, help her. Give her something. Just anything. Anything in life. Anything in life. Camino. Let's go to Camino.
Why can't we go to Camino?
Okay, hey, I'd love to go to Camino. Camino. I would love to go to Camino. But I've committed to a 21-day challenge. It's not that I don't want to go to Camino with you. It's the fact that I can't do it. Now, or I could have just said no. See, there's power in selling with hitting people's emotions in storytelling. And I've been reading this book.
But you overcome rejection to fit you to where I may have said, I tell you what, I'll go to lunch with you, so I want to hang out with you. And then I'll eat my lunch later. And sometimes
That's right.
You know what I mean? Sometimes that's a fault because you don't know how to say no, or you don't overcome the objection as well. But that's that kind of that relationship type of selling as well.
Well, selling, I believe, there's a difference between selling and closing.
Sure.
Selling is more storytelling.
Yep.
And you're very good. Like, whenever I tell you, I go to Weatherman a lot of times for my relationship advice. And Weatherman, very seldom does he just give me a point blank bam answer. What he does is he usually leads with a story about why I feel the way. I don't even know if you're aware of that, Weatherman, but you normally will lead with some type of a story that engages my emotions to where I start thinking instead of you just telling me something. Cousin Charlie, you haven't said anything. Are you still on that phone call in there?
No, I'm here.
Are you thinking about what you're going to say to that guy? Give us something. We can wrap this up. Give us something.
I think it all starts with a good leader.
Ooh. Hey, thank you, Kathleen. You're the greatest. You are the greatest.
You look at what they asked what Belichick does in the off season. He goes through and looks at every person, and then what they bring, and then what he can do to where they can bring a little bit more each year. He looks at the rule book and finds within the rules what can we do to give us an advantage. He's always on the cutting edge. You know, he'll come up with a play or something they do,
yep.
And then next year the NFL's making it illegal.
That's right.
But he's always looking for an advantage for his team. And I think that's one thing you've always got to say, okay, this is where I'm at. What can I add to give me an advantage?
Mm-hmm. Good point, Cousin Charlie. Weatherman, is there anything you'd like to add before?
No, I tell you, that those games yesterday probably have brought NFL back because the NFL kind of had this dip because of everything going on in the world and the standing and the kneeling and all that stuff. But that Brady game, now the Philadelphia game was a blowout. It wasn't, but that Brady game with Jacksonville, because Jacksonville was the underdog, they were beating up on New England. There's no telling what the ratings were. You know why the ratings were so high?
Because of Brady. They want to see
him
Brady
lose.
Yep.
Not win.
Yeah.
They were watching to see him lose.
Hoping they'd get beat. But hey, whether we like the Patriots or we're sick of watching them win like I am, you cannot deny that their team concept, their culture, that's the reason why they keep winning. That's the reason why they're never out of these games. Brady was down yesterday. His hand was hurting. They lost their best offensive weapon. But their team had these guys that they don't depend on a regular basis step up. So, hey, culture matters. So that's why I want us to have a great culture. If you're just one person, you can still create your culture in your family. So, hey, we're going to get off here and get ready for Mastering Monday, but thank you for tuning in.